Welcome to the how to tow tutorial video. This is going to be a quick little demonstration to show you what you need to do in order to properly and efficiently tow a vehicle. One thing I would suggest is going to use a safety vest. As you can see, I have one on. Mine is orange. You can also select the color yellow. This is going to be your preference and also my suggestion so that you fit the character that you're playing a little bit better. Of course, it's for your own safety when it comes to wearing these vests. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be driving up the road here really quickly, and we're going to be towing a vehicle that's requested some assistance. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now keep in mind you will be using your muscle or your keybind E as an elephant to turn your lights on. Now let's go ahead and proceed to drive into that vehicle. So as we drive over here towards this vehicle, you're going to notice that it already has its hood up. I already know that that's the vehicle I'm going to tow, so I'm going to put my lights on. This allows the public to kind of slow down and lets them know, hey man, this guy's gonna tow a vehicle or he's gonna be pulling over to the side. So now that we've pulled over, we're gonna reverse a little bit, make sure that we have a decent distance. You don't have to be too far and you don't have to be too close. So this is a decent distance there. It gives you plenty of room to work there. But once we get out, we're gonna go up to the person, just make sure he's all good and make sure he's the one that called for the tow. And again, for your safety, I suggest always going to the opposite side, just so that if somebody comes driving really quickly down the road, you do not get hit. Hey mister, how's everything going?
Man, I was going about 100 down the highway, and I put her in reverse, and all of a sudden I heard a pop.
Oh Jesus, that tends to happen when you shift gears rapidly like that, mister. But don't you worry, we're gonna be here. Gene's towing's on it. We're gonna get this towed for you, bro. Just kind of step back a little bit, give me some room, and then I'll get her attached for you. Alrighty?
For sure, thank you.
No problem, mister. Afterwards, I can give you a ride to the mechanic shop if you need.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so one quick little tip that I want to let you all know is whenever you're towing a vehicle, you have to ensure that you're the last person to get out of the tow truck. If somebody else is in there, it will bug it out. But what we're gonna want to do is first, let's close this hood. We're gonna go ahead and close that hood right there. And then we're gonna go over here, and this is where you start the actual attach process. So we're just gonna do /attach, just like that. Hit enter. You're gonna notice this little green line coming out of my like hip area right there. You want to always face that towards the tow truck, as it says on the bottom left. Select a towing vehicle to get started. This is my towing vehicle. Now what we're gonna want to do.
If I grab my belongings.
That's fine, mister.
Okay.
So next, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna be attaching this vehicle once this gentleman grabs his belongings. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and hook this bad boy up. Be careful.
Okay.
So now we're just gonna hit enter, and you're gonna notice that the vehicle enters this transparent mode after you smash that enter button. Just like you should smash the like and subscribe. Don't forget about that. Alrighty, back to the towing video though. We're gonna hit, if you hit 5 a couple times on your number keypad on the right side, you're gonna notice that it moves back twice. Move it back twice, and then hit your minus key 3 times. And it's gonna put it down in that low spot right there. Now this is a decent spot. This is by default the kind of how I lower the vehicle. Some, depending on the size, will need to be adjusted more. Just kind of keep that in mind. Now if you notice, it's still in transparent mode. This means that I haven't locked it in place yet. So if I wanted to, I could still make some adjustments, move it back a little bit. That's a little too far back. But if you want to move it incrementally, you can hold your left control, and then it'll kind of just push it forward a little bit rather than a lot. See that? That's moving it without control. This is with control. So it moves it a lot smaller increments. So I'm gonna lock it in place by hitting enter. And you can see it's no longer in the transparent mode. And from there, we're all good to go. And we're gonna be able to tow the vehicle. And that's just pretty much how you attach the vehicle. So now what you're gonna wonder is, how do I get this thing off of my truck? No worries. So you're pretty much going to do the exact same thing. It's just going to be, instead of attaching it, we're going to detach it. So you're going to type in just like that, /detach, hit enter, and then you're going to notice that the vehicle goes in this transparent mode again. Now again, this is when it's transparent like this lets you know that you're currently in the stage of moving the vehicle. So Similar to holding left control, if you hold left shift, it'll move it in large increments. So instead of moving it like this 1,000 times, you can hold left shift, hit once, hit 5 once like that, and then it'll move it in a large increment rather than a small one like this. It moves it all the way back. So you hit back a couple times. I'm gonna hit minus about 3 or 4 times, hit enter, and then it'll drop the vehicle in a perfect place like that. And congratulations, you've attached and detached a vehicle successfully. Now the rest of the video, it will be, you can stick around if you'd like to watch. It's just going to primarily be a little bit of tips and tricks, rules of do's and don'ts, I would say. But if you do not want to, by all means, congratulations, you've already learned how to attach and detach a vehicle. If you'd like to stick around, you'll see some more coming up here shortly. Welcome back. Appreciate you waiting that little short period of time. I switched up the scenery for you all. I set some things up to kind of show you some do's and don'ts. Now, as you can see right here, this vehicle, it is not hanging off the sides of the railings. It's very snug and it fits within the railings. It's not hanging off the back when it comes to the tires or the bumpers itself. The front of the vehicle, it's not pushed up to where it's hitting any of the metal for those winches or the glass itself as well. So kind of keep that in mind. This is what your toe should look like. It's very well balanced. It's not pushed up too forward, it's not pushed back too much, and it's also not protruding on the sides, which is very important because if you have some like that right there, if you have some wheels, if you have the wheels hanging off the edges a little bit, it can become a little bit unstable. So just kind of keep that in mind as we go and show you these few vehicles that are examples of what not to tow. So we're gonna be driving up ahead right here. I posted up some vehicles for you all, and these are just demonstrations on things of what you do not want to tow like. So we'll go ahead and park this one right here. Go ahead and get out really quickly. And right off the bat, we're gonna start off with this Vinewood one. So from here, you can kind of see that it's already hanging off the edge. It's got a, you can see based off the railing there, it's hanging off this edge, which is not, again, this isn't what we want because then the tires are not properly secured. As well as you can see this large back end hanging off the end as well. This is something that you do not want to do. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the front. Look at the front. The front also is completely pushed forward all as much as it can. Now it's not completely looking terrible because it's fit kind of snug, but this is a prime example of what you do not want to tow like. You do not want to tow your vehicle like this. This is not a proper representation, and the weight is not being distributed evenly whenever you turn. This is going to be back end heavy a little bit. And sometimes, since it's a very taller vehicle, it's not just a regular old small Windsor like that. Sometimes they can be top heavy. So just keep this in mind. This is something that you do not want to tow. Next, we have a Guardian. So this Guardian, these trucks are somewhat seen more so in the Sandy Shores area. But this one is another representation of something you do not want to tow. So let's take a look at this. These wheels are also hanging on the top. Not looking very good. It's not touching the back there, but it's very close. The wheels are still hanging on, but again, the bumper is kind of hanging off. So this isn't too terrible. The bumper hanging off this much towards the back isn't that bad, but overall, the size of the truck, the tires hanging off of the railings, this is something you do not want to tow, and you should not tow something that looks like this. And I just want you all to kind of keep that in mind. This vehicle is not properly secured, and it definitely can fall off. As well as that, it doesn't look appropriate. This is what we call jank. This is what you do not want to tow. So these are two prime examples of what not to tow. And if your vehicle looks like this, I would recommend you getting a flatbed, whether it be the Army trailer or getting something similar to a PJ trailer or the Big Tex 20-foot trailer. Just kind of keep that in mind, as those are things that you can utilize to better fit the roleplay scenario rather than oversized tows. Now that's going to conclude the video for me. My name was Troy. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Hope that it was very informative, straight to the point, and a quick little lesson for you all. If you ever have any comments, concerns, questions, go ahead and throw them down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well as this video. Make sure to like it. Yeah, y'all take care and have a good day.